Alright, we're going to go for a fun little ride here in a street legal race car, basically. It's a 1965 Mustang Fastback. It originally was an A code, which was a 289 4-barrel dual exhaust, but now it's got a 347 stroker motor in it. It's rated at about 425 horsepower. It's got a T-5 transmission in it, basically a 5-speed gearbox, which is really nice because it's got a 389 Detroit locker in the rear. So with the 5-speed, you can actually drive it on the freeway, you know? Really cool car. That motor sounds amazing. And it's kind of, you know, a 347 stroker motor is a great motor you can buy. So pretty reliable. This one is up, you know, a little upgraded. It's got Edelbrock aluminum heads, Edelbrock intake, Demon carburetor. Fun. I didn't talk while we were going because you can't hear me speak anyway when you're on it. But, you know, it even has a little cassette player. A little Mustang 1 fits in the dash. They didn't cut the dash up. It's got this really cool Shelby gauge package. It's got a roll bar in it. You can race it. You can drive it around. It drives really easy. It's no power steering, so parallel parking's a little tough. But other than that, when you're moving, it steers great. But it's kind of set up for the track, you know, so for handling. It's got adjustable sway bars and, you know, brand new tires. Got the 15-inch Americans. Just really got the look. I'm going to get out up here. We'll walk around and take some more pictures and videos so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, we'll do our little walk around here with this 1965 Mustang Fastback. Little A-code car, which originally was a V8, 289 4-barrel dual exhaust, but now it's got a nasty little 347 stroker motor, which you'll hear in a minute. It's got a Demon carburetor, Edelbrock heads. It's got an 8.5 quart oil pan, which you might want to take off if you're going to use it as a street car because it hangs a little low. But it clears, you know, speed bumps and things like that. It's got a lot of oil in it, so keeps that motor running good. Plenty of lubrication. Got aluminum radiator. It's got no power steering, so it's a little tough to drive when you're getting out of a parking spot or something. But when you're rolling, it's easy. Drives great. It's got non-power front disc brakes. It's got a 9-inch rear end with 10-inch brakes. It's got some Shelby brake pads and shoes and stuff on there. They're really kind of made for the track, but they work well. Got the side scoops, the Shelby stripes, this Bayside Blue Metallic, beautiful color. I mean, the paint's beautiful on this car. It's got the Shelby front little valance down there. Fiberglass hood with pins. Early 15-inch Americans. It's got the side exhaust, which you'll hear. This guy was a member of the Cobra Owners Club, which is kind of cool. He'd go to different, you know, events and things like that. Go out to Willow Springs, have some fun. That's what the car was built for. It's got a auto power roll bar in there, and that centerpiece can be unbolted. You can still use the rear seat if you want. It folds up. So if you got family and you just want to drive around and drive a street legal race car. But inside is really nice. It's got factory bucket seats. It's got the Shelby gauge pod up there with tachometer. It's got a little aftermarket cassette player in the dash. Cassette. Some people still have cassettes, but I like that they didn't cut the dash. They make some more modern radios to fit in that hole too, if you want. But a nice 3-spoke wheel, racing seat belts. Really set up to drive nice. It's like I said, it's got a 5-speed transmission with a 389 ratio rear differential, Detroit locker. So it's can still be driven on the freeway. That's why the 5 speeds are real nice. Comes with an extra set of seats if you want them. They're out of an SVO. The reason it has extra seats because if you are racing it or going to SCCA events, you slide around in these seats even though you're belted down. The other ones have a little bolster and they're not in the greatest shape, but if that's the route you want to take, you're welcome to them. Just a great looking car, great sounding car. Puts a smile on your face when you put your foot in that throttle a little bit. Here's the power plant in the 65 Mustang Fastback. Again, that's a 347 stroker motor, you know, aluminum intake, aluminum heads, some Ford Racing, you know, dress-up kit in there. Look at that giant air cleaner covering up, it's got a Demon carburetor, aluminum radiator. It's got these adjustable strut bars up here, stiffen everything up a little bit. Got some readjusted, revalved Koni Shocks for racing. A little stiff, but I love it. There's your non-powered disc brake reservoir. It's got front disc brake, like I mentioned earlier, with those coated headers. Big crazy exhaust. You'll hear it right about now. There's the VIN number still stamped in there. It's nice to see that. It means the car's never been racked up. All the components are, all the VIN numbers and stuff is where it's supposed to be. The door tag is even still there. So even though it's a race car, it wasn't all cut up to be only a race car. All right, we'll go ahead and fire this one up for you. Yeah, listen to the cam in that thing, man. Sounds great. It's supposed to be rated about 425 horse. I believe it. You smell a little, if you were here in person, you smell a little bit of that race fuel. You don't have to run it, but it runs better on it. I think it sounds so good, man. Well, if you want to come out and see this one in person, come out to see us at California Cars. We're 2158 Union Place, the city of Simi Valley, California. Phone number is 818-591-1313. Again, my name is Rich. Be happy to show you the car. And there's a bargain. There's double that what we're asking in this car, and it's a good one. Thanks for watching.